Welcome to Tales by Girly. Here you get tales that inspire, entertain, and teach vital secrets of life. Hit the subscribe button now. Like, comment, and share. In the small village of Umu Ovoko, a hen named Mama Feda hatched 7 children, 6 normal, obedient little chicks. And one problem: all the villagers knew him from birth because he kept claiming to be human. Anytime anyone called him a stubborn chicken, he'll retort, "I am not a stubborn chicken, my name is Charles." Charles, is that so hard to understand? While his siblings followed their mother around, pecking the ground like responsible chickens, Charles would stand aside, with his wings folded like an angry school principal. "Mama, must we bend down like this? It's barbaric. Humans don't do this nonsense. That is why they boldly kill us and eat us as meat. It's because we haven't shown any level intelligence. We act stupid, and you know what? Once you're stupid, everybody takes you for granted and nobody will ever care for your safety. For your information, I am different and I will not subscribe to your ignorance." Humph. His mother blinked, jaw dropping in surprise. His siblings blinked, still trying to understand his grammar. Even the lizards paused their push-ups to look at him. Indeed, he was different from other chickens, but this difference smelled dangerous to them. Charles refused to behave like a chicken. He even sewed clothes for himself. A little kaftan with pockets he didn't need and trousers that kept slipping off because, well, he had no waist. Villagers would stroll by and shout, "Wetin concern chicken with cloth? Oya shift, let me pass before you turn to suya." But Charles remained unbothered. He would adjust his oversized spectacles, no lens inside, clear his throat like a minister, and respond, "Call me sir. I am human in mind and spirit. I am not meat. I reject it. I am a man of purpose." This statement alone caused 2 women carrying market baskets to faint. A talking chicken in the village? Wonders shall never end. One day, Charles marched to the village primary school, like a boss, like a minister, like someone who didn't realize he had feathers. Standing at the gate of Afara Primary School, he said in a determined tone, "I must go to school like the humans. I must be intelligent if I want to gain the respect of humans." He approached the headmaster confidently. "Good afternoon, sir. My name is Charles, and I am here to enroll." The headmaster stared at him bemused. "My friend, from which farm did you escape?" The entire staff room exploded with laughter. The headmaster nearly ran mad when Charles dropped a neatly filled application form. "You want to attend school? Look at your leg. Can you even wear socks?" "I don't need socks. My greatness is enough covering. Just do me a favor and give me a class," Charles said, unruffled. The headmaster glared at him and said, "Mr. Chicken, Charles, or whatever you call yourself, the only class I can give you willingly is my pot of stew. At least you'd be more useful there." The staff laughed hysterically again. Charles felt stabbed in the chest. He turned sadly and left. Every other school in the village rejected him. He began to feel marginalized. He dragged himself to the market, depressed, head low, until he saw a bookshop. His eyes widened. Knowledge called to him, and a golden idea popped in his head. "I could still be educated without attending a school. I just have to read good books." And so, he did something legendary. He stormed into the bookstore and stole 3 books: mathematics, civic education, and The Richest Man in Babylon. The storekeeper, Baba Madu, saw him immediately and began to chase after him. "Stop there. Thief, chicken criminal. Catch me if you can, you 2-legged dinosaur," Charles shouted back. Charles was never caught. He locked himself in a tiny mud hut for 5 months, studying day and night. People passing by heard only the flipping of pages, the scribbling of chalk, the occasional motivational shouting, "Destiny, destiny, I must be great." The villagers assumed he had gone mad. But when the door finally opened 5 months later, everyone couldn't believe their eyes. Charles stepped out 5 months later, looking like a professor from University of Ibadan. Tiny round glasses, book under one wing, and a walking stick he did not need. Everyone stared in awe. Something was obviously different about him, an amazing kind of difference. He was now a genius. He began solving human problems. Someone would say, "My business is failing," and Charles would reply, "Your problem is not business. Your problem is you." He became a motivational speaker. "If I, a chicken, can succeed, what is your excuse? You're just lazy?" People started clapping. Some were offended, but they still clapped. He started businesses, farms, grain shops, a restaurant. He refused to serve chicken, of course. Money flowed like rain in rainy days. Fame rose. His siblings, who once mocked him, now followed him like bodyguards. "Bro Charles, teach us how to be human." "Not possible," he replied. "Some of you can't even spell human." He said proudly, "You have a very long way to go." Even Mama Feather became proud. "Ah, my Pikin is now a big man." "Correction, mother. It is child, not Pikin. And it is not big man, it is big person," Charles said, irritated. Life was good, so good to Charles. Humans respected him, consulted him, and praised his intelligence and business acumen. However, this phase was just a dew of the morning, because tragedy was coming like Harmattan breeze to dry it up. December arrived, and in Nigeria, December means one thing: chickens disappear mysteriously, both knowingly and unknowingly. It starts quietly, then suddenly, pots begin to boil, like political tension. Charles noticed chickens vanishing one by one. He heard whispers. "Ah, Christmas is coming. This year's jollof must be different." Fear gripped him. He called the press conference beside a mango tree. "My fellow citizens, we must protest. Say no to chicken slaughter." Humans laughed until their ribs pained them. "This one day made me. Abi he no sabi our Christmas culture. Na because say we dey respect am." An angry man said. "Imagine a talking chicken telling humans not to eat chicken." Another laughed sarcastically. Impossible comedy. But Charles did not stop. He printed banners. "Chicken lives matter. We are not meats. We are not ingredients. Say no to suyaization." This annoyed the villagers greatly. On December 31st, at exactly 6:45 p.m., 4 boys cornered Charles while he was walking home, ropes in their hands. "Distinguished chicken, your time has expired. You insulted tradition, and tonight, that tradition will cook you." As they held him down, he stared into thin air hopelessly, giving his final speech. Calm and profound. "Alas, we chickens are playthings in the hands of men. We can never be like them, and no matter what we do, we can never change our destiny, which is to be meat for again. Forgive me, my generation, for not being able to liberate you." The boys killed him and took his meat to their mothers, who used it to cook a large pot of rice for New Year. This would be the sweetest chicken I've ever tasted in the history of chickens. The meat of the distinguished celebrity chicken. Mama Ikena said, elated. "Yes, oh," the women echoed. "Please reserve the head for me, so I can inherit all his intelligence." Mama Daniel said amusingly, as all the women laughed. And thus ended the journey of Charles the Distinguished Chicken. A hero, a scholar, a dreamer, and unfortunately, dinner. This is the end. Please comment what you learned from the story and also your contributions. Thanks for watching.